Hello everyone! In this video I'm going to show you how I made this super cute and super simple mermaid topper. It's made out of all fondant and completely edible, and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I did was I took some navy blue Maricolor food color mixed with a tiny drop of purple, and then some brown mixed with ivory, and I rolled out the blue, and then I rolled out the brown and kind of made an irregular little moon shape, and then used a 6-inch cutter and I cut them out at the same time, and it's a pretty good thickness like that. And this is going to be the background. Now mine's still very floppy, but you could add some Tylose powder to it or roll it out even a few days before to let it sit and firm up until you get a nice background. And then I'm going to take some more little pieces of the brown, roll them around, and press them in there to make like rocks, to get this like nice rock look here before we start the mermaid. Alright, to make the little rocks, I just took some of the brown, I rolled it ball and just kind of flatten it. And just want a little bit of a pop there, because the mermaid's going to be sitting on the rock and her tail's going to come around like that. So just, there we go. And then when it's dry, I'm going to take some dust and dust kind of around all here. You can put as many little rocks as you want on there. So I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to start on the tail and the body of the mermaid. Alright, as you can see, I've had to turn on my desk light because the clouds moved in. So I just finished mixing up the colors for the tail, and this is going to be the main color. And what I did was I started with some straight yellow fondant, and then I mixed in a generous blob of Maricolor Sky Blue, and I got this real pretty color here. And then for the other part of the tail, I took some of that same yellow and I mixed in a pretty good chunk of this dark royal blue. And I mixed it up until I got like this grayish blue color, and I thought they would look pretty neat together. So this is going to be the main part of the tail, and then this is going to be the bottom part of the tail. So I'm going to go ahead and do that next. So this is the basis for the tail, and I'm just checking to make sure it's the size that I want, and that seems about right. So it kind of looks like a jalapeno, I guess. It's going to sit kind of like that. Okay, so I'm just going to put that off to the side, and then before I put on the tail, I'm going to do the body, and that's just going to be in regular ivory fondant. It's this ivory color here. So I'm going to make the body, and it's just going to be basically like a stretched out triangle. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. Alright, so to make the little body, I'll roll out a small piece of fondant. I'd say maybe about a 1/2 inch by 1 inch wide or so. Roll it out nice and smooth. Okay, and then crimp the bottom, the top, so you get kind of that shape there. And then I want her facing this way, so we're going to take and just pinch the top, and that is going to become her little neck and her little chest area. You can it out a little bit. Make that her little waist. I want it to be about 2 inches long, approximately. It doesn't have to be perfect. Flatten it out a little bit here. Okay. Once you get it about where you want it, like that, I'm going to put it there. So I'm going to use the tail and kind of position it how I want it. Curve it around so it's going to look like she's sitting on the rocks here. Just to kind of get an idea. About like that. Actually, I think I might want her a little bit lower. Here we go. Okay. Then to texture the tail, I'm going to take a straw and I'm going to do scales. Like that, all down the tail. Make little scales. Alright, so for the bottom part of the tail, I'm going to take a small piece of the grayish color fondant and just roll it, a nice ball, and then we're going to make another little teardrop, and then teardrop side on this side, and then from the middle roll out and out. Get this nice flat piece like that, and then take the middle and just pinch down, bring it together, just kind of pinch up a little bit, and then it's just gonna attach with a little bit of water. Just like that. Okay, so before I go on to the next part, I'm just going to make a little shell. So I've got a little, probably pea-size piece of light lavender, light purple fondant. I'm going to take my shell tool. It's a Wilton number 6. And I'm just going to press it. And it makes a cute little shell. And that, I'm going to use a little bit of water on the back. And I'm just going to attach it right there. Then I'm going to take a little strip of the same color. And it's just gonna go right on the side here, around, like that. Okay, and then the next big part is going to be the head. So I'm going to do that part next, and I'm going to use another piece of ivory. Say this part is maybe a little over an inch or so. I'm going to roll it out, slightly flatten it into like a nice oval shape. Let me make it a little smaller even. Pull it out, flatten it to a little oval shape, smooth it out, and then that's just going to attach right there. Okay, so I rolled out the head into a nice, smooth, semi-oval shape, and I attached it to the body kind of where I wanted. And then the next thing I'm going to do is the arm and the hand, and it's going to come down to look so like she's kind of leaning on the rocks. So I'm going to take a little piece of ivory fondant and just roll it out to a nice kind of long sausage, and just kind of play with it until I have the size that I like. I want to taper it kind of at the bottom so it's skinnier at the bottom and not too fat at the top, because this is going to be the shoulder. So it's going to go kind of here. It's going to kind of go down like this, and it's still a little fat in the middle here. So I'm just going to stretch it a little bit until it looks a little better here. There we go. Now, I was thinking about how to do the hand, but I kind of like it a little bit like that. See, I kind of like that. It has a little taper off like that. I think I'm going to keep that. So after you get your arm on there, I'm going to just attach it with some water. Just a little bit to make it stick. There we go. So there's the arm. And then the next thing that comes that's going to look really cute is the hair. And we're going to kind of make it flowing a little this way, swirly and full, very pretty. So that's the next thing. So this is where I'm going to start the hair. I just finished coloring the fondant, and I started with this purple here. And to that, I added a pretty generous glob of Americolor Deep Pink. And I got this really pretty color here. It looks a little darker in the light because unfortunately the lighting is not too awesome. But it's a real pretty pink. And I think that would make some pretty awesome mermaid hair. Get it closer to the light here. So I'm going to show you guys how I make the hair. It's pretty simple. It's just a lot of rolled out and squished sausages. And I'm going to show you that now. Okay, so we got most of the hair pretty much done, and this kind of bothers me a little. So what I think I'd like to do is just make one almost like a curl to fill in that gap and kind of hide that seam, because it just seems a little odd, and that'll give it a little bit more dimension too. And I just like to have that little curl there, add a little extra. There we go. And there's the hair. So the last part is just going to be the face, and that's just as easy as adding the eyes, which are probably going to go there, there, and a little mouth, and that'll be it. Okay, for the eyes, I've used my medium metal ball tool, and I've just kind of marked where I want them. And then for her color, I think maybe the green here. No, I don't really like that. Maybe a nice blue, a nice royal blue. Let's see how that looks. I think I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and use this royal blue color. I'm just going to take this amount and half it. Alright, so my fondant's getting a little soft and sticky because I have really warm hands. So I'm going to probably let this sit overnight to dry. And then I'm going to finish with the details on the eyes, adding the little highlights, the mouth, and then do some dust, and that'll be it. Alright, it is now the next morning, and my fondant is nice and firm, and I kind of added a little bit of highlight to this eye. So I'm going to do the same thing to this eye, and then add some dust and a mouth, and it'll be all done. And that's it. There she is. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you'll be the first ones to know when new videos are released. So thanks for watching, and have a great weekend. Bye!